The Slender Man. Facts on the Slender Man. The Slender Man is an alleged paranormal figure purported to have been in existence for centuries, covering a large geographic area. Believers in the Slender Man tie his appearances in with many other legends around the world, including Fear Dub, or the Dark Man in Scotland, the Dutch Taken Man, which translates to the Branch Man, and the German legend of the Grobman, or the Grossman, which is the Tall Man. His appearance. The Slender Man is a being male in appearance who looks like a man with extremely long, slender arms and legs. He also appears to have 4 to 8 long black tentacles that protrude from his back, though different photographs and enthusiasts disagree on this fact, and therefore it is theorized that he can contract these tentacles at will. He is described as wearing a black suit strikingly similar to the visage of the notorious Men in Black, and, as the name suggests, appears very thin and able to stretch his limbs and torsos to inhuman lengths in order to induce fear and ensnare his prey. Once his arms are outstretched, his victims are put into something of a hypnotized state, where they are utterly helpless to stop themselves from walking into them. He is also able to create tendrils from his fingers and back that he uses to walk on, similar to the fashion to Dr. Octopus. The superhuman stretching ability could also be seen as a similarity between himself and Mr. Fantastic. Whether he absorbs, kills, or merely takes his victims to an undisclosed location or dimension is also unknown, as there are never any bodies or evidence left behind in his wake to deduce the definite conclusion. His face is pale and slightly ghostly, and almost appears to be wrapped in a type of gauze or cloth. His facial features are also an object of debate, and many people believe that his face looks different to each person if it is seen at all. He is sometimes portrayed wearing a hat, which is somehow a bowler, a featherer, or sometimes a top hat. He may also be seen wearing a long flowing necktie or scarf, which is either grey or red. He often keeps his long, pale hands crossed politely behind his back, or hanging loosely at his sides. His suit is black, sometimes portrayed as pinstripe in artwork, a common misconception thanks to the very similar Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. He has long coattails, which he lets flow proudly. He wears long dress shoes, which are always shined a perfect gleaming black. Behaviour. Much of the fascination with Slenderman is rooted in the overall aura of mystery that he is wrapped in. Despite the fact that he is rumoured he kills children almost exclusively, it is difficult to say whether or not his objective is slaughter. Oftentimes, it is either reported or recorded that he can be found in sections of the woods, and these generally tend to be suburban. He also has been reported seen with large groups of children, as many photographs portray. It is commonly thought that he resides in woods and forests and preys on children. He seems unconcerned with being exposed in the daylight or captured in photos. It is often thought as well that he enjoys stalking people who become overly paranoid about his existence, purposefully giving them glimpses of himself in order to further frighten them. For this reason, it seems like Slenderman very much enjoys psychologically torturing his victims. He also often appears to float or drift around rather than walk, which suggests the possibility of him being an ethereal being rather than a creature or a man. This would also explain why he is able to remain mobile in spite of his poorly proportioned body. Even though Slenderman was fabricated on something awful forums, some people have already claimed sightings. He is seen mostly at night, peering into windows, and walks out in front of the lone motorists on secluded roads. His main intentions appear to be kidnapping children, as when he is seen near them in photographs, they usually disappear shortly afterwards. The Slenderman has also inspired many stories, such as those of marble hornets. In the end though, his purpose remains unknown. Historical references: Brazilian cave paintings. The earliest argued reference to the legend is within the cave paintings found in the Serra Capivara National Park in the northeast of Brazil, which are believed to date from as far back as 9000 BC. These paintings show a strangely elongated character leading a child by the hand, but makes no reference to the extra appendages. Egyptian hieroglyphics. The next known possible reference to Slenderman comes from around 3100 BC in Lower Egypt, with references to the thief of the gods, or the thief of Kuk, becoming commonplace during the reign of Pharaoh Wasna. Hieroglyphic carvings representing the thief were found around in the pharaoh's tomb, who was rumoured to have had some kind of encounter with the entity. The carvings resemble a strange figure with multiple upper limbs, one that has never been found in any other hieroglyph language. German woodcuts. Renowned German woodcutter Hans Freckenberg created at least 2 woodcuttings featuring a character he described as Der Ritter, the Knight, during the mid-16th century that were discovered in Halsberg Castle in 1883. Whilst Freckenberg was well known for his realistic depiction of human anatomy, something was unusual among the woodcuts of the time. These pictures featured a skeletal, multi-limbed character. Historians were unsure of the exact symbolic nature of the character, with some claiming that it is a personification of the religious wars that raged in Europe at the time, while others say it represents the mysterious plagues that have been believed to be the reason for the mysterious abandoning of Halsberg Castle in the nearby village in 1543. However, many insist that Freckenberg was attempting to represent the Grobman, the tall man. According to legend, he was a fairy who lived in the Black Forest. Bad children who crept into the woods at night would be relentlessly chased by the Grobman, who wouldn't leave them be until he either caught them or they were forced to tell their parents of their wrongdoing. Even then, there is a chilling account from an old journal dating from around 1702. My child Lars, he is gone, taken from his bed. The only thing we have found is a scrap of black clothing. It feels like cotton, but it is softer, thicker. Lars came to my bedroom yesterday, screaming at the top of his lungs that the angel is outside. I asked him what he was talking about, and he told me some nonsense fairy story about the Grobman. He said he went to the groves by our village and found one of my cows dead, hanging from a tree. I thought nothing of it at first, but now he is gone. We must find Lars, and my family must leave before we are killed. I am sorry, my son. I should have listened. May God forgive me. Romanian mythology. There is also a Romanian fairy tale which tells the tale of the tall man, featuring this description, which may have been taken to refer to the Slender Man. The tall man stood in a clearing, dressed as a nobleman, all in black. Shadows lay over him, dark as a cloudy midnight. He has many arms, all long and boneless as snakes, all sharp as swords, and they writhed like worms on nails. He did not speak, but made his intentions known. In the fairy tale, the tall man causes a mother to kill her husband and child, before he slid from a fireplace and clenched her in his burning embrace. English mythology. There is also an English myth referring to the Tree Man, who is said to have a slim body with appendages that look like tree branches. He is only known to be seen in the woods, and was used as a story that parents told their children to thwart bad behaviour. There have been quite a few disappearances of children that have been said to be linked with the Tree Man.